Okay, no startup screen. This is happening a lot lately. Right. So we are just chilling watching videos today because look, I have the idea to actually get around to playing Stellar Blade. I even have it downloaded already. Problem is, it's getting real fucking hot in here, and like, it's not a joke about haha Stellar Blade sexy character, you know, it's literally fucking sweltering, and yeah, I kinda don't really feel like doing anything that, I don't know, requires me to move my brain or my fingers or whatever the fuck. So, uh, so yeah, we are just chilling today. Because fucking hell. Stupid part is, I don't know, there were a bit of rains like not long ago. Maybe it's still kinda damp, like it's not that hot. It's, I mean, the weather site says like 30°C, something like this, and it kinda gets up to 40 here in summer, so like fuck that shit, but also like it's not that hot technically, you know, so yeah, I am not sure why I feel quite as fucking dead because of it. But here we are. Alright. So anyways, uh should we question mark start normally with like Wordle and GeoGuessr, or nah man, fuck that noise. Let us just straight up chill the entire time. I might need to refill my drink in the middle of the stream, but here we are. Okay, so I prepared some Vascal videos because that's, I don't know, that shit just works, I suppose. So, memes that make you angry. Uh, I am not easy to anger lately, but let's see, I suppose. Also, might be a bit too quiet, so let's go like this.
This only happens when you're angry or in a hurry. I hate this game, I say as I continue to play it. When you
Kinda, yeah. I actually stopped playing, I don't know, most games that I used to play regularly, and haven't had to say that in a while, I suppose. What was the last demo from the last, like, 2 streams that I definitely said it at? I'm just pointing out that I am straight up lying to you right now.
stub your toe in the library, you want to shout, but you're not allowed to.
True.
Me. Shut the door on the way out, please. Literally everyone leaves it open ajar. I said shut the door.
So real.
PNGs that actually work. Fake PNGs with checkered backgrounds. Told the joke first.
I mean, it's
Told
not
the
the
joke
worst.
louder. My tongue
Bro.
finding the popcorn
I'm always the first guy there.
kernel in my tooth. My finger trying to find it. Movie protagonist sneaks into a building. Security guards. It's nap time. I just wanted to let you know that one day I will stop annoying you, but not today. Tomorrow's not looking good either. When you go to charge your phone, but the minute you plug it in, your phone dies. This has happened so much to me.
Does your phone not start saying it needs to be charged at like 20%? I mean, granted, I can forget to charge my phone even with that for like an entire day, but still, it never actually died on me, you know?
Why do women cry when angry? Because they realize it's illegal to end your life, and that is frustrating. The person who did this, what a terrible design. Laughs in Sith lore. OMG, you use an Android, you must be so poor. Their iPhone. People don't say that, do they? Sorry.
I've seen some people with Androids like that. Mine is still good. Let me just... Let's see. Let me wipe it a bit, because it has a lot of fingerprints on it. I mean, there are, like, a few scratches, if I look at it a certain way, but nothing actually bad. We're still good.
Sorry, I can't do that because of my beliefs. I understand. Thanks for telling me. You can't do that. My belief system says it's wrong. Sounds like a you problem. Graduate wasn't too happy we ruined his face. I wouldn't be happy either. My phone changing words I spelled correctly to completely different words. My phone not fixing simple 4-letter words.
Yep.
Elsa thinking it's acceptable to sing in the middle of the night. The people of Arendelle. Shut up, Elsa. Shaking it above the toilet when I put it back in my
Fuck
pants.
you, peasants.
Hey, wonder what they're talking about. My spoon redirecting water directly to my shirt while I'm doing the dishes. The receptionist when you show up 5 minutes late to your appointment. The receptionist when they make you wait 20+ minutes past your appointment. TikTok carefully creating the most annoying robot voices humanity has ever heard. When your logic actually makes sense,
yeah.
but everyone else is too careless to understand it. So they decide to make you look like the stupid one. Me having a day off on a weekend. My upstairs neighbors at 6 in the morning. Me looking at my old...
No. It's guys mowing their lawns, not neighbors. And if you're in a city, it's kinda even worse because it's not even their lawns.
Online conversations when I was a kid and realizing how annoying and cringe I was. No one.
Probably, yeah.
I said we're mad today. Salt is just angry sugar. Can't argue with that. I adopted every dog in a dog shelter. How does this have 6,500 likes? It resonates with me so much. It's annoying. When you sharpen a pencil, but it doesn't do the top, it does the bottom image. When you hear a mosquito and you put the lights on, but you hear and see nothing. And when you put the lights off again, you hear it. When you're in the
Well, just go by the sound. I don't know, I usually just like pull up the covers, wait for it to land like somewhere on my head and smack it. Like, it's not perfect, but it's easier than getting up, turning the lights on, and trying to find the fucking thing, you know?
middle of an important call and your phone is at 1%. My anger level usually. My anger level when I'm accused of doing something I didn't do. Me trying to press the X button on a mobile ad. The App Store. Are you okay? No,
oh, yeah.
I got my sleeves wet washing the dishes. When I open the fridge and find out somebody has eaten my leftover sandwich. My phone when I touch it with gloves. My phone when a single raindrop falls on the screen. Eat, breed, do anything productive as a fly. Fly around someone's face for no reason whatsoever. The two types of chihuahuas. Bites everything and constantly barks. Sits in a corner and shivers. Me on my way to relax by playing a game that makes me...
That's not two types, that's like two phases.
Unimaginably angry when I know bro is only rage baiting these ridiculous opinions, but I can't prove it yet. Women are too emotional. Guys, when they realize anger is also an emotion, they have the emotional regulation of a 16-year-old. Dead people, when their descendants do stupid things. Rolls over in grave. People that got cremated. Angry ash noise. Damn, these noodles are too tall. Breaks the spaghetti in half. Every Italian in a 500-mile radius. Girls trying to calm their angry brother Boys calming their angry brother when they text you while you were texting them, and you have to change your whole text. Me taking a toilet break. Me realizing the toilet seat is warm before you go to sit. 79-year-old Ohio woman sentenced to 10 days in jail for feeding stray cats. I'm no saint, but this makes me want to commit unholy things. Excited to try a MacBook for the first time. It auto powers on whenever I open the lid, and there's nothing in the settings app to turn it off. I got this.
That sounds unpleasant.
More like Whole Foods. Normal ads, playable ads. Fake playable ads that send you to the Play Store. Ads that send you to the Play Store without touching the screen. Me
okay, haven't seen those.
For the 100th time and getting it wrong. Caps lock is on. I have a slight impression that somebody lost some game. How close I am to losing my mind? Well, it takes someone to slightly push you over the edge. Or into the wall, kinda. My cat, finding out the can I just opened, contains coffee beans, not cat food. How to make an angry person even angrier. You're stupid. You're wrong. Calm down. Canadians normally. Oops, sorry. Canadians playing hockey. I am fluent in over 6 million forms of kicking your butt. This surgery has a 50% success rate. Then do it twice. Look, it's the chill person that secretly has severe anger issues. When you see an ominous black dot, but you can't tell if it's on the video you're watching, on your phone, in your glasses, or in your eyes. She's about to be mad as hell that she knows what she signed up for. Those are buck teeth. Do not eat my lunch.
Looks exactly right, by the way.
4,311 rice. Their food has been stolen so much. Human! I wish to play with the small angry dog. Angry girlfriend. Telling her to calm down. I need to tell you something, but don't get angry. Me, already angry. Me, punches a bully who's been punching me. My parents. Good job on standing up for yourself. The law. Yeah, that's fine. It was self-defense. Schools. Me, about to shower. I think I forgot something. Brain. If you forgot, then it wasn't that important. Me. Yeah, you're right. The towel. Interviewer. Name something that annoys the crap out of you. Seth Rogen's laugh. AI feature. What is my purpose? You annoy users until they find a workaround. Oh my god. I'm gonna get where I'm going way faster than these idiots that follow the law. Me, behind him, watching him weave in and out of traffic for the last 5 miles. Ooh, I stepped in crab. That one very loud fly. How mosquitoes are looking at you when you go outside with a little skin showing. That one dude who always comments, simp, whenever a guy is somewhat nice to a girl. Man, I sure hope this funeral had annoying Orange episodes playing on max volume in the background. A 6-year-old with an iPad and no headphones. They got charged for a stupid question. 38 cents per stupid question, Tom. And I took that.
Honestly, I approve. But how is it specifically 38 cents?
Personally, let's normalize not confusing someone's free time with their availability. Nope, schools, jobs, universities are all gonna ignore that. No one. My zip-up hoodie when I sit down. Haha, pee-pee, look big now. Do you guys want a glass of pilk?
Also, not nobody. Shorts too. Or pants. Or, you know, fucking anything really.
By everyone. Milk plus Pepsi. I'm glad it's not bubbling. When you load up a game and remember you're still on that part you hate, or anime or TV show, how pigs and Angry Birds feel after they win against an 8-year-old with 2 brain cells. Me, peacefully trying to sleep. Some random dude with a motorbike at 3 AM. I am speed.
I don't think I should say it, but I do remember that one South Park episode, and they were right.
You're also annoying. The mosquito evolving proboscis to carefully suck blood while causing as little damage to the host as possible. Ticks. Evolution. When you're a snail and are halfway across the street, but that annoying girl picks you up and sets you back onto the grass you left 5 hours ago. Girls to their friends they secretly hate. Sweetie.
Because the snail turned around to look how far it is, or what?
Honey, could you please give me the pencil? Of course. Boys, hand me the scissors. Catch, you idiot. Truck drivers. I hate you and I hope you pass. People driving the speed limit. People driving 10 over the speed limit. The bike of the dude who rounds up pi to 4. Just bought a TV and broke it while mounting it. Gordon Ramsay isn't giving his children a large inheritance. He also doesn't take them to expensive restaurants, including his. And they don't sit first class on planes because he doesn't want to spoil them. You donkey. When I'm angry, I project Justin Timberlake's picture onto this styrofoam head and start verbally abusing him. AI will never understand the human spirit. Captain America takes a serum that makes him superhuman. Thor summons lightning to fight his enemies. Doctor Strange uses real magic. Hulk. Dad, where's your rage? Where's your anger? Rise, rise, rise. Me, thinking about how the human body has 7 trillion nerves, and some people manage to get on every single one of them. Turtles, when a game asks for their age, but the year only goes down to 1900. If you don't know this problem, I feel sorry for your childhood. 10 years ago today, I'm 1900. If you don't know this problem,
What, like they don't wanna be level for some reason, that's it? It does hit something in the back of my head, but it's been a while.
I feel sorry for your childhood. 10 years ago today, I married my best friend. My wife is still really angry about it, but me and Dave were drunk and thought it was funny when humans label you the world's ugliest animal only after your deformed, half-rotted corpse. Angry blobfish, no, okay. I've seen what blobfish look like alive. You guys are very ugly, I'm sorry. If you want to make money, you should invest it, says the rich person. Just like we do. They invest. Wait, what do you mean? What are you doing? Stop. Parents, do what makes you happy. Me, plays games. Parents, no.
Oh yeah,
is just upset about the weather as you are. Doesn't want Bluetooth. Disables Bluetooth on phone. Bluetooth turns on by itself and connects right after. Little yapping idiot suddenly doesn't like loud noises. Pointlessly annoying things devs add. Sprinting outside of combat costs stamina. Sibling, get.
Well, okay, let's be real here for a moment. It's not a thing devs add, it's more like a thing devs don't remove, because that, I feel like sprinting outside combat not consuming stamina haven't been standard for very long, no? I mean, like, define very long, because I am a bit old, I suppose, but still. Like, we started with sprint always consuming stamina.
Out of my room. Me. I'm not in your room. Hating certain people, ethnicities, or nationalities. Hating certain behaviors. Random kid. Teacher, you forgot about the homework. The rest of the class. Me. Moves an image slightly towards the left in a Word document. The rest of the text. I like to move it. Younger me gets annoyed at computer for being slow. My brain. Bite it. One time.
You know? What I do remember fondly from being a kid is the old, what do you call it, CRT monitors, like, you know, the big fucking ones. Cause you could straight up punch them and it wouldn't do shit.
This girl really hated me and wanted to ruin my reputation or something. So one day I was talking to a boy and she came up and really obnoxiously said, "You know she has a crush on you, right?" And he was like, "Man, I hope so, or else this is gonna get really awkward." She told my boyfriend that I liked him. I spend 3 hours a day on Facebook fighting hate. Joke's on her. I spend 6 hours a day on Facebook spreading hate. Turned on the subtitles to understand the foreign language. The subtitles, both speaking Japanese. People are so obnoxious and annoying. I hate everyone. Why should you be angry at the world? As if the world would notice. Most flies don't even get paid to be annoying. They just do it for fun. And they're bored. NASA's Wi-Fi being able to connect and control a spacecraft on another planet. My Wi-Fi dropping out when I move 10 meters away from the router. Dating scene, job market, both being equally disappointing. Who took my... Oh, I found it. Is there a word that's a mix between angry and sad? Malcontented, disgruntled, miserable. desolate, desolated, smad. According to a recent survey, replacing words with the names of musical instruments in a sentence often goes undetected. I'm so freaking angry when you get back with your ex and your friend who helped you through all of the trauma finds out. Look, if you give someone relationship advice, don't expect them to listen, because love knows no bounds. If someone's in love, they are not thinking straight. Who invented these types of blinds? I just want to talk, and by talk, I mean beat your ass. The hard part of playing chess is the other player is always doing some BS, losing an argument when you're right, just because the other person is too stupid to understand what you're saying. It's probably one of the most infuriating things in the entire universe. Successful people,
sure
unsuccessful people, vegans that don't let their pets eat meat. No one. 2 to 6-year-olds whenever they're on a plane. The Wi-Fi. You've got 5 bars, but the video is lagging for no reason. Warning, to avoid injury, don't tell me how to do my job. What the hell happened here? Annoying kids outside screaming non-stop. I went full old man and blasted a 7.4 kilohertz tone out of my window, and they left within 5 minutes. Can't believe that worked. This is known as the mosquito. It can cause hearing damage, trigger seizures, and creates problems for wild and domestic animals. It is dangerous to use it indiscriminately in populated areas.
I mean, aside from the animals part, it is well deserved though, so... But also, like, what the fuck, so kids hear more frequencies? That real? Like, I'm not that interested to actually go and Google it, but... What?
I gotta try and do this on my phone if it's possible. Let's see what this does to me. Okay, I actually can't hear anything. I cannot hear the frequency at all. Did my mic pick that up? You have exceeded the maximum number of login attempts. Click forgot your password or contact your system administrator. Why won't this damn drawer open starter pack when you type sad, but it automatically turns into sad emoji when sent. Character cosplay. Look inside profile. OF link. Teacher. Even if you...
So even better. Like, sorry, we can shit on OnlyFans all we want, but that's even better, come on.
Ask me 100 times. I'll explain it to you. Me. Ask second time. If one teacher can't teach all subjects, why is one child expected to study all subjects? Elementary school teachers. I don't have such weaknesses. You know those little burrs that get stuck in your pants or your dog's fur? I get balls of pain and spikes stuck to me. When you get a little too angry at something and feel your father's inherited rage flowing through you. The automatic toilet, if I slightly shift my weight. The automatic taps, even after waving 10,000 times. I'm a dude.
Even after actually tapping them a bunch.
And I hate when people tell me I look tired or angry. Like, I'm just standing here. What the hell? You sound angry. I bet it's because he's tired. When your girlfriend gets angry, but she looks so cute, you start smiling, which makes her even angrier.
Okay,
me,
that's
when I get angry. Me explaining why I got angry. Look, I get it. The bartender is always nice to you. It's because you're awesome, and it's definitely not part of their job. They like you. No, love you. Hell, they're in love with you. That's it. So definitely ask them out. Do it while they're behind a full busy bar. No way, that ends poorly. The worst YouTubers in 2009. They were just a little annoying, copied a YouTuber's style, and wasn't very funny. But the worst YouTubers now? Preds. And just an extremely annoying jerk. The isolator helmet was a device invented by Hugo Gernsback in 1925 to help people concentrate and eliminate distractions. The helmet was made of wooden felt and had 3 pieces of glass that allowed the wearer to see only a narrow slit in front of them.
Yeah, okay, but what is the mouthpiece for? What? Like, I don't know, the shape doesn't make any sense.
This would distract me way more than not distract me. The stink bug not doing anything to me. Me, spiders, bugs, any sort of bug. I saw this weird bug yesterday and I screamed. I was like, "Wah!" Item doesn't scan. Okay,
Why scream when you can smash?
Guess it's free. I hate when you're at the self-checkout
and it's like, error, you need someone to come and help you.
There are two types of anger. One is dry, and the other is wet. And basically wet anger is when your eyes water and your voice shakes. And I hate that because I feel weak when I'm crying. While dry anger is when your face is like stone and your voice is sharp. I guess wet anger shows that you care too much, and dry anger means you're done. Wet anger is more emotional. So I came in here a few months ago.
That does make a lot
and the
of
antenna
sense.
was already falling off. Can I just upgrade to an Apple? This guy wants to be mad but can't. Only Karens ask for refunds. Is pro-corporation propaganda. No one says this though. You want refunds, okay? If the service is bad or the situation is terrible. If they don't give me what I want, they're giving me my money back, and that doesn't make me an angry middle-aged Karen, Harpy. You're just an idiot. Yeah, complaining is one of the best things to do if you've been treated poorly, because you will most likely always get compensation. YouTuber. Did you know?
Okay, the if was a bit X. Complaining is just nice.
That only a small percentage of me skipping. It's only annoying if a YouTuber asks constantly. Speaking of asking constantly, if you guys liked and subscribed, I hardly ask. Okay, come on, like and subscribe.
Like, okay. I feel like specifically the only small percentage of you are subscribed is kind of a sign that they are doing it at every fucking opportunity, no? Alright. So, what did we have next? Oh, Reddit's rarest insults. So, chat music but worse. Well, let's see if I can manage to upgrade it somewhat. Probably not to the same level. I am not very proficient with 9/11 jokes.
That is insane. He looks like the Windows background. Has someone ever picked you?
Okay, wait.
That is insane. He looks like the Windows.
Wait, which background is this? I don't remember this one. Huh. But, yeah. Bro needs to mew.
Background. Has someone ever picked you up like a bowling ball? I've never seen a nose like this. Filter? Put every gay person on an island and see how many generations come after zero. Put you in a group of 100 women on an island and it will be the same result.
Yeah, but also they will fight.
Pringles hate to see you coming. What happened to house parties? Same result. Pringles hate to see you coming.
Bro's hand looks like a snail.
What happened to house parties? Nobody has a house. The
Or friends.
Queen of Dimples. My ping pong ball when somebody accidentally
So
steps on
real,
it. As
yeah.
a man, why are you holding an umbrella? Because my goal is to be as dry as your girlfriend. It's always
I mean, I do prefer hoods as well. Can you tell?
the Instagram comments. Please help roast my husband. These are his eyebrows. Go for it.
Bro has a bit of fishing line stuck in there.
Doctor sign his forehead? Infertility is genetic.
Also real.
If your parents couldn't have kids, you also won't. Your dealer's number, please? Some guys have temples. This dude has cathedrals. Was he stung by bees? I hope AI
Prehistoric beast, probably.
kills your career. At least I'll have a career. If I had $100 in your stick of deodorant, I could check 2 weeks later and it would still be there. In bed, eating
That doesn't even make any sense. Come on, bro, do better.
cold ravioli and noticed that the right side of my door is a bit bigger than the left. These are the people I have to share a highway with. Clavicular fans show why the Chad judge did not mog Clav. This is the gayest thing I've seen this week, and I screwed a dude. Dogs throw bread at bro. Drake gives DJ Academics an OVO chain after finally meeting for the first time. OF models meet their biggest spender type of link up. This DJ guy glazes the hell out of Drake. 465 pounds and 12 feet, 3 inches of pure American beef, looking like toddlers pooping their diapers.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Also, this is just as gay as that one, like, 2 or 3 before.
NASA reveals $20 billion plan to build permanent moon bases by early 2030. In space, no one can hear you scream except this guy.
Yeah, also some serious riders.
Yeah, that's why he works there. Having skills, having a degree. The kind of thing first semester dropouts post right before falling for a crypto scam.
I have a master's degree and this is fucking right.
Yeah, the math. Just don't math, y'all. Bullet speed versus Artemis speed. 12 times faster? I know you rotate the squares in Tetris. When they find his skull from a couple hundred years, they're going to think it was an orangutan. Did they do anything to
I mean, will they be wrong though?
simulate water pressure? Yo, mama sits on the lid. Evil scientist, when their potion explodes in their face. What you fishing for? Compliments? You're awful at fishing. This man has the same haircut as a newborn child.
Same outfit too.
Do men not
And
realize that we
face
can
shape.
immediately tell if they watch Not Safe for Work? Yeah, you can't tell who's not a responsible man before you become a single mother.
Huh. But men be like, do we mean right now or in general? Cause if it's in general, I can tell too. It's just yes.
Yeah, I don't think all women have this skill. Yo, jeans are strong as hell. You look like these dogs.
What the fuck?
Bro, what do the dogs look like you? My sister got her 4th divorce.
Bro
today,
looks
and
like
my
a bunch
dad
of
crashing
bubbles.
out in the family group chat. I just divorced him. You're like the first slice of bread in the bag. Everyone touches you, but nobody really wants you. You have to leave the group chat at that point.
I mean, if she's actually divorcing them, then I suppose they did want it at some point.
Jazz sucks. Jazz fans listening to the worst song of all time. This guy looks like a racist caricature of every race at the same time.
Huh. Like, I can't say that I see it, but somehow it makes a ton of sense. Weird.
Island is full. My brother in Christ, 99% of our island looks like this, standing in the bathroom, trying to decide what to wear. I watched it without audio. Worst mistake after me. King Harris
Damn.
arrested for not allowed possession while
Honestly, that's something I would say.
wearing Pokemon onesie. Bro looks like a squirrel with a gambling addiction.
Nah, that's too mean to squirrels.
Booked such a short Uber trip, I had to pretend to limp to the car because I didn't want him thinking I was lazy. Middle class Taylor Swift. That's a principle. Dude looks
Okay, that's fair.
like he eats beans out of a can.
And what the fuck is the problem with that? Excuse you? No, like, I get general problem with beans, but if you are, you know, in that state when you actually want some beans, I feel like eating them out of a can is just not really affecting the entire situation anymore.
I know that guy rides a bike. Digital water splash. You deserve the digital equivalent of being sprayed with a water bottle. Bit proud of myself. 52 centimeters flatty.
Which one?
I didn't know fish could talk. Why do they never land back on land, but always in the sea? Pay attention. All quiet on the frontal lobe. He always looks like he's doing long
Yep.
division in his head. I swear to God. They're adding the stinky meal to McDonald's. Nice to know McDonald's made meals for you. If this feels illegal, they do not exist in the same realm.
Huh?
If you combine their faces, you get Mr. Beast.
Okay, I kinda see that though.
Exclusive. Tiger Woods' mugshot, taken just after his arrest for DUI in Florida, has been released. He looks like the fish from SpongeBob. Just in, Elon Musk claims
Kinda does.
OpenAI Sam Altman is super good at scamming. They look like two different species of toads with a distant common ancestor.
No, okay, I don't see that one.
Weird billionaire calls another weird billionaire weird. It's like calling the kettle black. Second guy's eyes are social distancing. He looks like a frog. Clavicular arrested and banned on kick. Bro is jail maxing. They say I look like Rich the Kid. You look like Broke the Idiot. If you play Dart, do you just put them in? This is SCP-96. Ellen DeGenderless. Yeah, bro. The girl who you're paying
Nice.
is definitely in love with you. Why does this guy look like tongue to her? Dot. Please warn us before posting a poopy pic. If you ever feel useless, remember there's a candle to turn 0 years old.
You're not gonna believe it.
This is why Shampoo has instructions. He holds his cigarette like a German movie villain.
Ah.
This is why Shampoo has instructions. He holds his cigarette.
Why does every photo of this guy look so gay?
Like a German movie villain. If there's no gravity in space, what forces food down an astronaut's throat when they swallow? Your school bus clearly had flavored windows. 250.
What the fuck? Okay, that's savage, but what the fuck do you mean flavored windows? I want one now.
Word essay due by midnight, and I have no idea what to write. 250 word essay? What to write? Yep, time to hit the oil rig, bro. Does that not damage the hair? I don't think. That's okay, I'll wait for someone who does. Yes, it's me. When you go for a quick 10-minute nap and wake up 6 hours later, dehydrated and not even sure who you are. Don't go to Turkey, come to Dubai to get your teeth done. Well done, Logan. That's not a compliment, it's just a description. The rubbery food has made its way to the UK. It's half melted. You unsalted
What the
pasta
fuck
water.
is that?
R/burn me. Okay, guys, give it your all. You look like you're stupid. Oh, that's going on R/rare insults. Oh my gosh. Mason Rock has arrived in NXT. Bro is legitimately built like a lesbian softball coach.
Bro has a face like he indeed has, you know, arrived.
I know you eat hella coleslaw. How you got a beer belly and a
What
six-pack?
even is that?
You look like a ninja turtle, bloated. Y'all look like you wake up
Bro.
to the first alarm. You guys look like a correct answer. They look like if they don't wake up at the same time every day, they get upset. Leonardo DiCaprio before the 98th Academy Awards last night. He looks like he's ready to build railroads west and will use any means necessary in order to acquire land to do it. I can still
Bro.
see it when I open the comments. How can people be so mean to someone who's just trying to get ahead in life? Am I looking at a mirror, or are you just that ugly? Isn't that a crime? Yeah, but a lot of kids have that haircut these days. He's built like a deep
Bro.
breath. No.
No, he's built like out of breath. Especially the entire bolt part, you know?
Oh, he looks happy. Johnny Depp looks like... No, we can't insult Johnny. He's been through so much, okay? Rare insult. Reverse.
That's not just a lesbian, that's a meth head lesbian.
Meme bin. In the meme bin you go. Go. Nope. Nope. This is not the place. Can the couple on the 5th please smash more quietly? Some of us will die alone and don't want to be reminded constantly of it. I thought these two were the same person. Adam Driver looks like someone tried to draw Keanu Reeves from memory. I asked ChatGPT. I asked Grok. Yeah, well, I asked Goombella and her tattle log says you're an idiot. The idea of a Caucasian Yoda always sends me. Bill Murray? Imagine getting tons of surgery just to end up in Yoda always sends me. Bill Murray?
Why is it so fucking accurate though?
Imagine getting tons of surgery just to end up looking like a bicycle seat.
Bro looks like a Slenderman.
This feels like those mobile game ads where they intentionally and miserably fail in order to entice you to play the game. What's something that instantly makes you think this person has low intelligence? Having a Reddit account? Is there any special lady in your life? No, there's not. In fact, I've probably broken a record for the least amount of the deed for a person who has his own television show. Probably broke yours. I'm ready to be roasted, I think. Not sure if you're truly ready. Looks like your hairline is already running away. Street flooding in Austin. This is how the ladies get when they see me. What, from crying? Cam Newton looks like a guy that controls how time works in a scary movie for kids. The worst insults known to man.
Get it.
Cold fish, twink leader, stinky, stinky, stinky boy. Why are you so fat and stinky? Tell her you're an 8 on a scale of 10. You're an 8 on a skeleton. You have the face.
Okay. I mean, that's at least a more interesting start of the conversation, no?
Of a 10-year-old, the hairline of a 70-year-old, and the mental capacity of an AI.
Holy shit. And that's from an AI, huh?
Famous Harry Potter can't even go into a bookshop without making the front page. I'm struggling to find the insult here, Draco.
Honestly,
Lord shares a new
yeah,
video of herself taking a shower in the dark. This reminds me of that video of that rat cleaning itself in the sink, but not in a mean way. What do me and GTA 5 have in common?
Nah,
There's
it is in a mean way.
improvements in over a decade. Crazy insult found under a video of a blind guy reacting to a comment of someone saying he's faking being blind. IQ so low the devil could trip on it. Headphones purchased 1 year ago, brand new. I've barely used them. Why does this always happen? Unfortunately, it's your taste in music. The headphones would rather cease to exist than continue playing it. She goes on to be like, I'm a Slytherin myself. You look like if you asked an AI to make a frat boy troll face. Timothy Chalamet looks like a pointy Italian shoe that was turned into a real boy by a witch's.
Is it an actual picture? Because it feels like they just like selected his actual face in Photoshop and made it smaller.
Curse. Anya Taylor-Joy and Jack Black in 2023. They look like if my cats and my dog suddenly became humans, and you know which is which. Europeans will ride a train going 200 miles per hour through the Alps while drinking wine, and Americans will sit in traffic on an I-95 for 3 hours eating a gas station sandwich and say, at least I have my freedom. Brother, you are imprisoned by a Honda Accord. Dude looks like he's been divorced without being
It's not even a Honda, it's a small dick truck.
married. To be honest, you're chubby. Shut up, it's not true. I've been on a diet for a month now. Huh, you're a dwarf. I can see your little peepee from here. I'm not insulting you, I'm describing you. Autistic people often don't understand humor. Have you ever considered that maybe we understand your jokes, but they're just not that funny?
Maybe, but probably not.
You're like an empty tip jar, ready to be filled, because you don't have any sense. Girls, when you make fun of guys. Girls, when you make fun of girls. Cardi B makes music for single mums who say, my kids are my world, when grandma has full custody. Timothy Chalamet cheering on Michael B. Jordan following the Oscars win. Leonardo won his first and only Oscar to date at 41. Your time will come, Toyota Chevrolet. Poor Spikes would have been crushed. Brushed his teeth with his daughter's fake tan.
Okay, that would actually explain it. That's a stuck-on fucking collar, holy shit.
I had crushes on boys and girls when I was 6. You soggy fruit roll-up. No offense, but I couldn't focus on the joke because you talk like if Goofy and Mickey Mouse had an M-preg baby. And the baby never coughed once in its life. Bro looks like an early...
What the fuck is the last part even supposed to mean?
Used paintbrush. Bro's bottleneck is his brain. It's like a hot dog made a wish to be a human. I hate that Gen Z fell for vapes. We were the generation that was supposed to stop smoking, and you guys folded for flash drives with flavor. Which celeb just bothers you? And you can't put your finger on why. Timothy Chalamet, I don't get the appeal, and his face looks like a very fancy shoe. He looks like he's that guy in a horror movie that's about to fall over and reveal he's had a knife in his back for the last 30 seconds. Do I have potential? Bro and reveal he's had a knife in his back for the last 30
Nah, bro just looks like a villain. Like, that's just incorrect, sorry.
seconds. Do I have potential? Bro looks like a Pez dispenser. This guy looks like a bug
Kinda.
that eats dust. Would you pay $7 for this? I would sell my body for this. And how would you get the rest of the $7? Insults in the 1700s. There are approximately 1,010,300 words in the English language, but I could never string enough words together to properly express how much I want to hit you with a chair. Insults now. Bro, you look like pizza. King of pop. King of... Them fat fingers built like mozzarella sticks. Can someone please explain what just happened? My glass jar sparked, and no, it did not crack. Because you've added hot water to a cold glass, you tea towel. I would be so offended if someone called me a tea towel. This Facebook commenter responding to a dumb take. You can tell this guy holds the pencil with the whole fist to write. They stepped on her back when they pulled her face back. His face looks like an Elder Scrolls map. He's
Kinda fuck off.
stepped on her back when they
It
pulled
actually
her face
has a
back.
name.
His face
His
looks like
name's on it now? Never mind. Respect, loyalty. Okay. No, it's a treasure map and you are supposed to dig somewhere around his chin.
an Elder Scrolls map. He's like what happens when you peel a Furby. The way my mother-in-law cooks pork chops, they look like they were seasoned with water, then baked by the glow of a heated argument.
Yeah,
This
that's about
picture,
right.
Whoa. They look like they belong to a vampire coven in Alaska, but are in town to attend their cousin's wedding. I'm technically high IQ.
I mean,
and
one of them
certainly
does.
am in comparison to you, and anyone you spend significant time around. My IQ is in the low 70s, so being smarter than me isn't a flex. But you're not significantly smarter than the average person. You're maybe in the 100 to 110 IQ range. Just to let you know that if anybody owns any kind of Lysol spray hands that kills 99% of germs, if you read the back of it, it has the hantavirus ingredient in the can. Please get rid of your cans. Your head is just a place to store your teeth. Huh. Dad watching me
that's
play
about
video.
right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How did you know how to do insert incredibly obvious thing here? Repeat 100 times. Our boom is literally stupid. Self-inflicted daddy issues.
No, but for real. This reminds me of the thing when they ask you, like, what am I... Okay, so, imagine for a moment. Your mom asks you, like, what do I need to press to do this and this, alright? You look at the screen. There is a window asking, like, do you want to do this exact thing? And buttons yes and no. Shit like that. So, yeah, probably yes.
Your pee-pee is small like a mint gum. That explains why your mom's breath is so fresh. I'm
nice.
chasing Jordan. For what? The best mustache? Bro looks like a substitute gym. I'm chasing Jordan. For what? The
That's
best
terrible,
mustache?
by the way.
Bro looks like a substitute gym teacher who peaked during a 2016 crypto bull run and now gives unsolicited financial advice at urinals. Am I tripping, or is that Messi smoking a cig in London? That is not Messi. To be clear, I strongly believe in crypto, but it can't drive a massive increase in fossil fuel use, especially coal. Billy, when you made Dogecoin, did you try to consider energy usage, or was that not something you thought about? I made Doge in like 2 hours. I didn't consider anything. I graduated college today, alone in a basement. No ceremony, no congrats, no friends. From watching the things you say in your reels, I get it. What does he say? Love God. Has their V card, willing to change for the right person, but they're a single mama. How are you a mama? Who knew a V card was a renewable resource? Dave Portnoy looks like if Mark Zuckerberg was looking at his own reflection on the back of a spoon.
Okay,
Screw
I
you,
kinda see it.
Celsius idiots. Suck my meters, you foot-loving idiot. Now that's a rare insult. Mort from Madagascar, if he made a wish to become a human girl. No one. Absolutely no one.
Kinda good.
8-year-old boys when someone says, "Your mom, rusted." Hearing a Kiwi accent. The irony of Aussies laughing at the Kiwi accent when they sound like a kazoo that developed consciousness. The skin on the palm of your hand does not have the ability to grow hair. What part of your body do you wish had this type of skin? Between my eyebrows? I'm getting that S isn't needed.
Like, every part where I don't need hair?
Natalie Dyer at the Knicks game tonight, when the laser that turns you into a mouse only grazes you. Who's a celebrity everyone finds attractive? Chrissy Teigen. Who is that? She looks like an attractive person's reflection in a doorknob. Someone on Reddit in the past. You've got enough estrogen. Go back to rehearsals. You guys are losers. Total screws. They're doing an all-female scene. You've got enough estrogen. Jimmy Fallon is if a focus group designed a person and they had to make a lot of compromises with one another, and nobody really ended up thrilled with the result. The water-repelling nature of Emirati and Qatari clothes. This guy has so much microplastics in his balls that his sperm will create the first naturally occurring Kardashians. I visited a very well-known oncology center today on Long Island. Imagine offering these snacks and sodas to cancer patients. Very sad. These places need to do better. As a cancer survivor, eat a candy bar out of my... He looks like the 0.1% of the bacteria that Lysol did not kill. Why does every interview look like they're a couple at an IVF consultation? What's an IVF? What is that? Medically accurate muscle chart. Absolute waffle. Traitor. Jackass. And then there's this a-hole. No man, I don't steal your tweets. I steal your women. That's why you're still alone.
Huh. Nice. Nice. I don't know, that didn't quite land, I feel like. Okay, plane memes. Now, surely this is gonna be better. No, I don't actually think so.
This is a nightmare. I would rather be put in luggage hold than have to sit like this on a plane. The location versus the shot. How did they get the plane to stand still for the picture? What airlines think humans look like? Men can understand all of these gauges, but not their women. Well, they actually tell us what's wrong, so... The anthropologists decided that this tribe was to remain uncontacted.
That... How low do you have to go for this result, though? Like, you know, if you were right over my head, I might get aggressive too. You feel me?
I don't see a problem here. They were just making the plane more aerodynamic. He's just getting back to time. Yo, is this AI? When the back of my neck gets tickled, what the hell happened to that plane? He got tickled on the back of its neck. How did this man go from thinking mayonnaise is an instrument to knowing how to fly a plane? Cartoon logic. FedEx is buying up to 100 new flying delivery trucks. This is called an airplane. If I owned a plane, I admit, I would do this too. Where's your plane, peasants? This dude was staring at me on the plane, trying to start a fight. My captain friend sent me this photo. A Saudi prince bought tickets for his 80 Hawks. Nice. Apparently Falcon passports are a mandatory thing throughout Arabia. You have to appreciate the irony of birds on a plane. Why can't we see the...
I mean, you have to appreciate the irony of humans in a car, no? Like, you can move on land, what the fuck else do you want? Same logic.
UFOs. It's a secret, brother. Delete this after. I'm never flying with Spirit Airlines again. What the hell is going on? Man shaves 1.7 seconds off 2-hour flight by standing up as soon as plane lands. When it's your first time flying and you look out the window. Oh god. I was your pilot. You are not wearing the parachute. It's in my bag. The hot new trend in cyberbullying. Crashing your plane into someone's house in Microsoft Flight Sim and sending them a picture. I am a strong...
That is a very old new trend.
Independent missile. I don't need no plane in my life. Morgan Freeman uninjured after private plane crash in Mississippi. He will die when he wants to. Nah, pilots have good social skills. Please do not tap on the glass. It scares the pilots. See flight attendant for pilot feeding hours. In my defense, the flight attendant said please familiarize yourself with all the safety features aboard the aircraft. Pilots before. I flew 20 hours in the middle of a storm with a wooden plane. Pilots now. Where is the autopilot button? I remember when I was 9, I posted a giveaway on YouTube because I didn't know how to ship things, so I just told the dude the plane carrying it crashed. I had no reason to do this. Oh, I think I will receive it next week. Okay, thanks. I just got a call. Oh, it said the package could not be shipped. Of course I'm not an F-22. I wouldn't have hands or a brain, and I wouldn't be able to type this. The radar technician watching as the Boeing...
Wait, but what did it type with. I mean, I suppose if it has like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth.
Plane goes through mitosis and poops out 7 new fighters. The F-15 is no match for this plane. I don't think anything is a match for this plane. Aerodynamics has left the chat. This fish. Yeah, if you scale this fish up to the same size as the plane, fish wins. I'm sorry, it looks like your baggage is too heavy for the plane. You'll have to remove some items and put them into your carry-on, which is going on the same plane. Doesn't matter where you're sitting on the plane. If this happens, you're in first class. Only if I can stroke the dog. If I can't, that's torture. Get me off this plane. Fat phobia is crazy. Because why are people arguing against having bigger seats on airplanes? Bigger seats, less people in plane. Higher prices and higher carbon emissions. Buy an extra seat or shut up. Not everything is about fat phobia. He lives in my lawak.
Discussion of every fucking phobia.
Bro, who the hell opened the plane on the door? What did I just say? Hold on. Opened the plane on the door. Pardon me. Bro thought he was on the Fortnite battle bus. I like to wait to board the plane so the person seated next to me thinks they'll have extra space. And then I come in right before the door closes and ruin their lives.
Nice.
I hate people who clap when the plane lands. I hate when people clap when the movie ends. I hate people. Wait, why are we screaming? Because we hate people flying over the street.
I agree with every single sentence.
I grew up on. Woman opens emergency exit on plane for fresh air. She should be kicked out since she wants fresh air so much. Here, have all the air. Flying trains could be coming your way. So a plane? Budget airline wants to remove all the seats from its planes and make passengers stand. What's next? We gotta push the damn plane to build up speed on the runway? So my roommate came back drunk last night and doesn't remember designing an entire airplane. I thought this man was staring at me like a psycho until I realized he put his glasses behind his head.
Well, I mean, that's like, if that's what his back of his head looks like, then you might be right still.
Plane forced to land after passenger uses sleeping husband's finger to unlock phone. Finds out he's been cheating on her. I'm really trying to imagine the kind of hell you have to raise in order for them to land the whole plane. Pilot resigns after flying for 20 years with a fake license. Just give them the license. 20 years,
I mean,
no accident.
that
Come
point.
on. Glad I safely landed with this lunatic. Oh my lord, pray for me. How airplanes fly. I think all men sincerely believed they could safely land a commercial airliner in an emergency situation with only air traffic control to walk them through.
I played the fucking Microsoft Flight Simulator. I would say I can take it off. I definitely couldn't land it.
It. I'll make my money back, but I will never be in my 20s spinning around on top of a plane. This kid asked me for some Skittles, but I had just finished them. So he stared at me like this the entire flight. The guy next to us on this flight straight up brought a plain dodecahedron as his personal item.
Nice.
Open it. No sign has ever...
What do you mean open? You should roll it.
Encapsulated my life more than the one this woman is wearing. Please wake me up for snacks and drinks. Thank you. I like to wait to board the plane so the person seated next to me thinks they'll have extra space. And then I come in right before the door closes and ruin their lives. I paid for in-flight Wi-Fi so I could tweet this immediately. This genius is watching Taken using a clear plastic bag to hold his phone on a plane.
I mean, why not?
Drink, 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 drink. Me pretending to my mum that the money she put in my account was to fly to rehab. I'm on a plane and someone keeps airdropping this to me. How are you balancing yourself up? My wife hates being embarrassed, so we surprised her at the airport. Welcome back from prison, Mom. My flight to Nevada is taking a bit too long. Do any of you guys know why? That's not Nevada, although they have a reputation as scavengers. Hyenas are known to take down prey many times bigger than they are. I like how this implies the hyena took down the airplane. Therapy pet on my flight. Flight attendant on my girlfriend's plane. Looks like he's about to announce some Hunger Games thing.
Looks like his beard is painted with a Sharpie.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? I hate you all. Boeing means boing. Can't crash. What the hell? I'm on the plane. Next thing I see is Undertaker making his entrance. Pakistan pilot refuses to fly after emergency landing because his shift had ended. Billionaires on...
Based?
on their way to a climate change conference. Landing plane nearly hits tourists trying to get a lucky shot when someone sends out a group email that starts with, "Just a friendly reminder." That really means they just want to kill everyone in the office. Science. I think my brain just exploded. Science out of Tumblr, please explain. Air on bottom go whoosh, air on top go whoosh, air on front go whoosh. Little plane stay still. McDonald's plane. Our flight was delayed for 2 hours, so this dude hooked his game up and started playing Mario Kart. Why do I need a license to fly a plane? What are the cops gonna do? Pull me over? I'm in the air. Also, if I save the
if you
plane
look
by
at it
stopping
like
the
that.
hijacker, someone in first class has got to move. Sorry, I'm not risking my life to save all of us and then going back to 28B. Always remember, people may view you as a paper plane easily made, replaceable and vulnerable to the wind, but how you see yourself is really what it amounts to. Navy doomsday plane built to withstand nuclear attack, grounded after striking single bird. I get off the plane and this is the first thing I see. This generation has a nice looking plane movie. Planes. The look of horror on every passenger's face when children and infants start boarding the plane. This
Those are some serious looks, though.
dude got mad that nobody offered him an in-flight pillow, so he whipped out a loaf of bread. When we were at the airport
works
one
at
time,
least.
The guy at the check-in reminded us that we weren't allowed to carry sharp objects with us onto the plane, and I said, "Oh, looks like I'll have to leave behind my wit." And that's how I made a middle-aged guy laugh so hard he had to get his colleague to take over his check-in desk. British traveler flies plane to Spain after airline pilot doesn't show up. Ukraine airline bans women who used plane's emergency exit to get on wing because it was too hot inside. Pigeon shows incredible strength by clinging onto plane engine for 177 miles per hour takeoff. Florida man uses private plane to draw giant radar pee-pee. Hi Toronto.
Oh,
Is
that's
that
a
you?
real one.
I was flying over Toronto and my friend saw me. Go home, plane. You're drunk. Looks like the door handle on the Volga Depner isn't in the right position. Dude, you need to get laid bad. 10 screenshots and I'll steal it. A man once drunkenly stole a plane and landed it in the middle of Manhattan in front of the bar he had been drinking at. 2 years later, he did it again because someone doubted he had done it the first time. This guy on my flight just told his girlfriend he wouldn't date her if she became a worm, and she started crying. There's an idiot dispatching this plane. Oh, what's this? Notices your delay. I'm crashing. I don't understand women.
Damn.
I thought opening a door for a lady was the polite thing to do, but she just screamed and flew out of the plane. Long exposure of a plane taking off. Nah, son, that's Rainbow Road.
Nice.
Wow. Plane caught on fire. Evacuate? First, let me take a selfie. Don't mind me, just high up in the clouds minding my business. Can you guess where I'm going? What was the seat number and altitude? How did Rainbolt do that? Nearly half of men think they can safely land a plane in an emergency situation. Surveys find one of the most epic stadium photos I've ever seen from the Rose Bowl. The European mind cannot comprehend.
I feel like at this point you don't call it a stadium photo anymore.
Back in 1956, a Pan Am plane was needed to transport a 5 megabyte hard drive. Man on our plane is scrolling through the McDonald's app like it's Instagram. Okay, as soon as we took off, he started watching not safe for work content.
Nice.
Who is this guy? Beauty of grounds in New Zealand. You can enjoy both the game and beauty of nature. Everything is beautiful until the cricket bat hits the plane. Do not buy plane tickets on Shein. People aim for $5,000 to $10,000 a month.
They think that's money. Bruh, I wipe my butt with that.
People never realize that a picture where you can see the wing of a plane lets everyone know you're sitting in economy. Planet GJ1214b is a water planet, nicknamed
in the what
Water
now?
World. It has no land at all, and the water is so deep it goes down miles all the way to the planet's core. Rough neighborhood. Don't leave your plane unattended. Today I
What the
saw
fuck?
2 jumbo jets cracking jokes. Our pilot was just like, "Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you realize you aren't on a normal flight." And his tone was all serious and everyone just paused and I started having a panic attack, thinking it was a terrorist attack. And then he casually goes, "We now have 100-calorie Oreo snack packs to offer you." Everyone on the plane minding their own business. Babies. Chinese man tries to board plane with pet turtle disguised as ham hamburger. That would fool me. Man had
What
no
the
idea.
fuck?
After TSA stops him from boarding plane with sword hidden in cane. We actually hired a plane
Nice.
to write a G besides the X sign, but they just took it down. Amazon tribes, still untouched by civilization, stare in wonder at planes flying above them. Leave them alone. Don't bother them. And here you can see where we decided to put little pepperonis all over the plane so it would taste better. The start of investigation for time travel. Plane that disappeared in Bermuda Triangle in 1945 lands in Florida. Crew members remember nothing.
That would be
Update.
cool.
Pilot who threatened to crash plane into Mississippi Walmart has landed in a field. Suspect identified and arrested. Thank God for
Oh,
that.
come on, he didn't do it.
HM02. None of those are a flying type. Passenger with no flying experience lands plane in Florida after pilot becomes incoherent. Someone literally died on my flight today, so we made an emergency landing and everyone missed their connections. The guy behind me was complaining, saying, "How is it an emergency if they're
Oh, well.
already dead?"
Yeah.
I would just like to say that you, sir, are the devil. But is he wrong? The person isn't going to get deader. On today's episode of What in the Flying? Church uses crop dust.
I mean, look, let's be real. Aside from getting dead or not, like, they would probably prefer the body, like, either at the start point or at the end point, not at, like, fucking hell middle of nowhere where you did an emergency landing for no reason.
A plane to spray holy water upon Louisiana faithful. You don't know the definition of anxiety until you look out of a plane window and see this. This is completely valid anxiety. This is straight fear. I knew this app was toxic when someone posted their plane ticket and someone called and cancelled their flight. The plane crew, when you forget to turn on airplane mode, ask the bakery to deliver a plain cake, and the propeller is just
Nice.
a big fan in front of the plane used to keep the pilot cool. When it stops, you can actually watch the pilot start sweating. This lady can bring her
Okay.
pet parrot on the plane, but my suitcase can't be 1 pound overweight.
I mean, the birds are pretty fucking light, so yeah?
Yeah, you're damn right. That parrot's cute. Who left their Wii remote strap in the plane? Plane takes 12 hours to fly from Dallas to LA because they took this route for some reason. Breaking. Large military base carrying 38 people disappears from radar in southern Chile. Oh god, here we go again. Most turtles cannot legally buy plane tickets to Argentina. This is what Tokyo,
Why?
the largest city on Earth, looks like from a plane. What a terrible plane crash. Good thing the local citizens are coming to help. They made this look like you all passed in a plane crash, bro. No chance is the guy next to me eating a full rack of ribs plus sides on this plane. A flying car just completed a 35-minute test flight between cities. Family, my face
Kinda
during
ugly.
a plane crash so my wife doesn't get the ick. You know Batman is the leader when he makes the league get in his prime, even though they can all fly. And he even makes them wear seatbelts, even when some of them are more resistant than the plane. Hey, Virgin America, can the pilot crash my plane carefully so that only this guy dies? You should just accidentally step on his foot. Just accidentally. Flight intercom.
This is your captain speaking.
Wizard intercom. Hello, passengers. It's the wizard again. Guess who I just de-aged 36 and a half years? 80%
What?
of the world's population has never been on an airplane. Okay,
That
for the people who haven't
sounds
been on an airplane
about
watching
right.
this video, it's kind of like being on a train, which is flying. And if you haven't been on a train, I tap out. I don't know what to say. Another person in jetpack has been reportedly flying at 6,000 feet. It's CJ San Andreas. Guy lives next to airport. Painted this on roof to confuse passengers as they fly overhead. He lives in Milwaukee.
Okay, that's
My
based as
friendship.
fuck.
This little kid bet me that he could land this plane in GTA here. I am now Xbox friends with a 10-year-old. I remember being
What
10
the
and when the
fuck?
adults would be nice to you, it'd be the greatest feeling ever.
Nah, I mean, that's some serious shit. Alright. Next we have history memes. So, let me guess. That one guy with shitty copper?
Wow, this was surely built by aliens. Mexicans? Oh yeah, that was surely built by Mexicans. Nuke explosion must sound absolutely massive and insanely epic. Yeah, it must sound like it does in movies and video games. What a real nuclear explosion sounds like. Days since you ate your prime minister. Every other country? What? Netherlands? 129,000. Flag.
Wait. How many is it? Hang on. Oh, 129k by 365. 353 years ago. Huh. Okay, that's kinda fine, honestly. He probably deserved it.
Flags before, flags now. They looked so much better. Why did they have to change these flags? What was the reason? Pirates in movies. Give me your treasure, then go walk the plank. Pirates in reality. Please surrender peacefully. Damaging the cargo hurts profits. Royal authority. My authority comes from God. Magna Carta. The barons disagreed. European designers. I will make my cannon small enough to be easily transported to the battlefield, while retaining as much firepower as possible, making it the most economical choice. Indian designers.
That just sounds boring.
Bigger damage. Humans are the most violent species on Earth. Our history is full of wars. The entire history of ants. Europe in the 13th century be like Western Europe. And then the jester farted in the king's face. Oh my, how embarrassing. Eastern Europe. Humans, after inventing agriculture.
Yeah, just
damn,
about.
These rodents eating all of our grain. Cats, allow us to introduce ourselves. As
Hell
a
yeah.
token of friendship, I have ordered my best weaponsmith to make the most BS but awesome axe imaginable. Funny, I did pretty much the same thing.
But one of those axes looks like it's a hammer. And also probably a pistol, cause there is definitely some mechanism going on. And the other one just needs to be like turned upside down, cause it would just look better.
Splendid. We bankrupted our country, helping you win independence. Nice.
Well,
France,
good for you.
after adding the American Revolutionary War to its debt problem, becomes King of Germany, becomes Holy Roman Emperor, spends decades fighting northern Italy, leads one of the largest crusade armies in history, a small river in Anatolia. This was before IKEA. You are without a doubt the worst colonial empire I've ever heard of. But have you heard of me? Number of times your organization accidentally exploded a school teacher on live television. What? 1. You patent your invention of
Oops. I mean, it was slightly more than a school teacher, but yeah.
the automatic vending machine in 1867. Some random unknown did it 1800 years before you. Guns overtook bows because they were better weapons. No, bows are actually better. Guns were only used because of logistics of training time. Guns took over because they were better weapons. Straight men don't know real loyalty. The Greeks literally created an elite army of 150 gay couples because men will fight like absolute demons to protect the guy they're sleeping with.
There is a joke about that in Russian, but I can't really tell it here.
150 Greek gay couples when their boyfriend is in danger. Pluto in 1930. Congrats, you're a planet. In 2006. Bro, I have some bad news. It's still a planet, just a small planet. No, this isn't working.
It's a planet in our hearts.
We're going to have to use a chainsaw. The 18th century lady, halfway through childbirth. I could never be a lady. Because of this, I can never give birth. In Finland, there is a kid poem.
Well, luckily for you, no one really seems to want to these days, so you can try.
About family preparing to go in church in the morning. The poem ends when the horse trips on its way and breaks its leg, but also ends the little things in process. There is no moral of the story. The story just ends there. 19th century European authors? That should be a book. And you thought getting your dream job was hard. Only 300,000 Frenchmen in the resistance? How so? Also the resistance. So you're a part of the resistance and you want to join our network? You think I'm stupid? Get lost, loser. Persia and Greece 500 BC and 334 BC. They're still fighting. Greece is just a lot bigger. Byzantine generals turning easy victories into crushing defeats because a political rival is on the field. They called me insane for telling doctors to wash their hands. Then germ theory proved me right.
What is insane is this guy's head shape.
Anyway, I died in an asylum.
But also, yeah, pretty sure that actually happened.
The terrifying world of Victorian train travel. Adult male exists. Every world government, circa 1940. You'll be a soldier. Naval warfare? You mean
1940. Alright. Fuck.
air power? Naval warfare? You mean maritime artillery? Naval warfare? Oh man, this is peak. Naval warfare? You mean wet land battles? Traitors. He's out of his mind. I'll do it for money. What the hell is this? He makes some good points. Wouldn't it all be cool if this was all mine, though? China, 89 AD. At long last, we have finally defeated the Yishangyu. Now they flee west, never to return or bother us again. 3,000 miles away. Years since an important statesman died, sticking a whale bone down his... What? 210. Hope that never happens again. Medieval knight.
I mean, man gotta have fun, right?
After spending a fortune on custom armor, some dude with a halberd. Historical game development, 2025. In 2004. Of course I know what Egyptians looked like. I studied them at school. European settlers.
Okay.
That bird looks like a cardinal. Me. Mom, am I handsome? Mom. Of course, like a king. The king. Most religions. Good people have peace in the afterlife. Bad people are punished. Mesopotamian afterlife. 19th century industrialists. When their workers don't want to get their limbs ground up in open machinery. The world, according to a Sumerian farmer, 4,500 years ago. Only 7,000 French, according to a Sumerian farmer, 4,000.
Okay. Or Jericho, like a bunch of cities, my farm, Noland, Pyramid Land, mountain my dad visited, Goofy Mountains, Land of Goofy Mountains is some serious shit though.
4,500 years ago. Only 7,000 Frenchmen joined de Gaulle in 1940. Okay, now I get why they were treated as cowards. France in June 1940. Wanna join me? Please, excuse me, but who the hell are you? Total donor money spent putting HD screens inside enclosures. To force pandas to watch panda not safe for work content because they forgot how to mate. Millions over 3 decades. Samurai in fiction.
But did it work?
A true warrior needs only his blade. Samurai in reality. Reload the Tanegashima. How modern philosophers died.
It's a remote blade. Don't worry about it.
Stroke, natural causes, pneumonia, cholera, how ancient philosophers died, held his breath, wouldn't trample beans, jumped into volcano and died laughing at his own joke. Europeans discovering tobacco. AD 492, born too early to be a modern extremist, born just in time to confuse historians. My vision has been blurry my entire life. Patricia Bath. Not for much longer. Yeah, trust me guys, I won't be mad. The Hongwu Emperor announces that he will accept straightforward criticism of his rule from officials. Yi Boju is starved to death in prison for criticizing the Emperor. The Emperor executes all officials. The first battle of Ypres. Defending Ypres sucks. Yeah, it does. The second battle.
Not anymore.
German gas sucks. Yeah, it does. Britain in most wars uses the Navy. Britain in World War II. How long did a Chinese state rule an area of Vietnam? I dated a Chinese guy, a French guy, and an American guy. Broke all of their hearts. That's for Vietnam. My siege mound fell. Second Emperor of Tang. No matter how stubborn those Gogo Ryo barbarians are, what can they do against a siege mound taller than their own fortress? Whoa, free high ground. This is our hill now. These short stories are amazing. How did Poe come up with this stuff? Edgar Allan Poe. Did you know that giant circuses existed in ancient Rome? They were huge entertainment complexes, incomparable in size to those of today. To see their true magnificence, we are not Googling that. No one's going to see what that
Is it circumcision? It's probably circumcise, right? Good one.
But actually, I'll
Also, it is penis shaped, so fair.
blow one word. Operation Smiling Buddha. Operation Thunder, Project Storm, Atomic Wrath, the Irish. Can we please get some food? The blight has ruined all of our potatoes and we have nothing to eat. Great Britain. Gandhi preaching everyone to follow their caste-based roles in society. When it came to practicing his own based role, when you're a Soviet citizen in the 1980s and see Swan Lake appear on your TV. So how come it ends in 2012? I ran out of space on the rock. At last, the mystery of the Mayan calendar
yeah,
is revealed. We must carefully coordinate
might be it, you know.
infantry, cavalry, and logistics. Have you considered putting a Maxim gun on a wagon? The British MOD awarding their new sniper rifle contract in 1985. 3 guys in a shed who didn't think they would win. Come on, bro.
I think a lot of like infantry weapon inventors are kinda sorta like this. At least from like the 20th century. No?
Time to patrol this dark forest for the 17th time, looking for wild tribes to ambush us. Yes, my lord. Imagine being the first Japanese citizen in space. Imagine being remembered for getting space sick and wanting to smoke a cigarette. World War I. Blood, mud, and trenches. East African subplot. POV. You're a Spanish sailor from 1500 to 1650, and you see a cloud in the sky. I have a question for God. Why? North Africa will be easy. The British are exhausted. The Poles at Tobruk. We've been waiting for this. Who wants to man an overly exposed battery position? No one. Who will join the battery of men without fear? Constantinople, May 29th, 1453. Guys, you're not going to guess what I found? Japanese soldiers watch a battle between Viet Minh and French forces, 1945. We still talk about you. Out of all the places you would expect Germanic and Iranic warriors to settle, you wouldn't expect it to be North Africa. We should move to North Africa. Agreed. Japanese industrial capacity. USA bomber crews. Japanese automakers. USA's industrial capacity. Context. The Yangtze army of the Tang dynasty held out in the desert for 43 years without reinforcements. Gonna prank the reinforcements when they arrive. The facts speak for themselves. Dogs then loved Jesus, fought in battles, feared nothing. Dogs now scared of fireworks. The first reconstructions of dinosaurs were rough. 1840s paleontologists. We have discovered a giant prehistoric reptile. Created dinosaur that looks like a giant
looks
lizard
like a bit fat, but kinda cool, no?
Random spikes. How the Mongols were moving during the 13th century. 100 million movie by one of the highest grossing directors in history. Grossed 30 million. Random reenactors who love history and paid for their own 14th century armor for fun. Other countries. No, we cannot touch these historical buildings because of coal. Czechoslovakia. The king takes one wife from another noble family. The king's and queen's eldest son inherits the throne. The sultan takes dozens of foreign slaves as concubines. Each son is assigned to govern a province along with his mother. When the sultan dies, they all race back to the capital. The winner becomes the next sultan, and the loser are all strangled or imprisoned for life. Frankly,
that sounds
I enjoyed the war. Look, man, he helped me through a very tough time, so he means a lot to me, okay? You just gotta respect it. What the hell? Who would win? Royal Australian Navy cruiser HMAS Sydney. A cargo ship with some old guns slapped on. Modern interpretation of how medieval elites saw religion. I'm practically a modern secularist and cynically use religion to accomplish my goals. How they actually saw religion. You also think I should do this, God? Of course, you're my special boy. Canada needs a 7,000 kilometer railroad and also help fighting the Americans and also agriculture subsidies and also help fighting the Fenians and also, yes honey, one of the most misunderstood lines in the movies. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force. This is like if Zakov came to you in 1945 and told you that the power of the atomic bomb is insignificant compared to dialectical materialism.
I mean, some commie would probably actually say that. Also, I fucking love Luke Skywalker. That's hell of a name.
Guys, we successfully artificially inseminated a camel. Who knows what wonders the future may hold for us? Today. Is that what they do? When the rental shop gives you a damaged book, bad solution. Complain to the shop. Low chance of fixing anything. Get mad when you lose the argument. End up stressed. Good solution. Doodle on the book. No idea if it helps, but just feels great. Logically justified. Stress relieved. Samo
Okay.
Haiha, with 505 confirmed kills, living to 96 and becoming the most famous sniper of World War II. Vasil Kavizhach.
Nice try.
For that. With 517 confirmed kills, dying at 43 and practically unknown due to being from the wrong Georgia. This is so tough. Yeah, but will be remembered forever. This must have been made by alien gods. Not a single cell phone in sight, just people
What
living
the
in the
fuck
moment.
happened
I study
here?
German history, especially
And why is the sound so different? Like, that's the craziest part.
German military history. Wow, you must be so smart and cultured. Spain is a spectrum, having beautiful women, experiencing a civil war once every 80 years. Britain before being saved by Churchill. Britain after being saved by Churchill. A crisis situation.
I mean, when
that
you
can be
put it like
understood
that.
even without knowing Egyptian hieroglyphs. Inside you there are two Greeks. One is from Sparta, one is from Athens. Both are gay. Europe, babe, it's time for
Nice.
another coalition against Napoleon. Yes, Britain. Portuguese colonizing versus British colonizing. Your final challenge. Let your bear go through your clay tablet. Hell nah, you're tweaking. How it feels when the gang discovers that bro's excuse about not going out was a lie. Space is vastly unexplored and most likely not civilized. Great Britain. In 2 million years, you'll be pooping in a box of gravel. You'll clean it up. The Wi-Fi password is on the back of the router. The back of the router. People. 2020 sucks. Why can't we live in simpler times? Simpler times? In 1910,
I mean, that's not too much difference though.
there was a US baseball team made up of death row inmates whose execution dates were delayed as long as they were winning. Clutch or kick? No, you can't just execute everyone in the country who disagrees with you. Blade go fast. Imagine wearing leaves on your head. This post was made by Onion Gang. Notre Dame Cathedral is on fire. Library of Alexandria. First time? Britain, watching as the funny lines they drew 100 years ago turns into a war zone once again. Trade offer.
Oops.
I receive $15 million. You receive 828,000 square miles of land. Becoming interested in history.
That's a
Typical
good
history
one.
nerd. Political extremist online edgelord. Japan mid-1900s. World domination at all costs after 1970. Which is unreal. Which is
And after 1970, they actually became successful as the first one.
are real, and they work with the devil and do spells. It's all in this book, which is unreal. The helmet of Henry II of France, 1555. I can
Nice.
clearly understand why these people were always fighting wars. You can't have a fit like this at home and not be looking for an opportunity to wear it so that you can aura farm. Flies
I mean, just go ahead and wear it, what's the problem?
are annoying. How can I focus on ruling Egypt? What should we do? The pharaoh's servants, drenched in honey, attracting the flies. Who would win? Hard to open knot, with a legend that the one who opens it will become the king of Asia. One boy with a sharp metal stick. The strongest
Yep.
Praetorian guard member. Here's your 10th raise of the month. Not enough. Give us another or we'll find someone who will. Weakest Varangian guard member. I can't afford to pay you this year. That's fine. Just tell me how to serve. The 13th century Crusa Duma. Acre has fallen. The infighting never ends. Some nomads are messing things up in the east. European kings aren't doing anything to help. How levies felt going into the bloodiest war imaginable, with nothing but a spear and a helmet. I started my multi-billion-dollar company.
I mean, it's probably more fun than their entire life, so why not?
My parents' garage. Parents' garage. Okay guys, we need to put sandals on the ground here, when you haven't had a civil war in 80 years. Modern day simps. Look, my favorite e-girl just dropped some new bath water. Now I must get a whole supply. Ancient time simps. Alright, that should be enough sweat and blood gathered from these gladiators. With this, I shall be the most beautiful women in all of— Wait, women were doing this? Military uniforms in 2025 versus 1225. We need camo to avoid—
That is not 1225. That feels like kind of a mishmash actually, or a really late use of a great helm. More like the second option probably. But it's definitely not 1225. Like, more like 1425.
avoid getting spotted. Come at me, I have drip. List of wars involving Sweden and Denmark, and you can help by expanding it. Savages, ooga booga. Civilized explorers, ooga booga but Odin. The nobility of literally every nation. Cavalry is good the way it is. Swedes in the 1700s. Moose time. I love honey, but you know what I don't love? The British. Screw you, we don't like your kind, even though we both look the same. Armenian militer with an unknown device, pulling up on my ops with the unknown device. I'm the Roman Emperor. No, I'm the Roman Emperor. Norway. We want to be independent. Okay. Singapore, Malaysia. It's so nice to be a part of Get the hell out. In World War I, around 8 million horses died, but in World War II it was under 1 million, which can only mean horses started to evolve bullet resistance. I could convince Joe Rogan that this is real. I think if Elon Musk told
that
Joe
would
Rogan
probably
this, he would
be
believe
easy.
it. Bulgarians in Greece, 681 AC, 2025. When thinking about when France used the guillotine for execution, also France in 1977. Hype for the next Star Wars? Gotta be wild. When you advance a mile and lose 25,000 men. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Trojans, when
Okay.
the wooden horse starts speaking Greek. How beautiful is it to find someone who asks for nothing but your company? Give me your company. Want to learn something sad? Sure. Things like the 80% of Leonardo da Vinci's greatest work, the most detailed history of Rome, and more are lost to history. Bro, being ghosted today. Bro, my girlfriend left me on red for 3 days. It's over. Being ghosted in the 18th century. I am now under the greatest anxiety and suspense, not knowing whether I write to the dead or the living, not having heard the least syllable from you for the last 4 months.
Just month?
Ancient
Come on,
Greece
I thought
to
it would
a
be
literally
years.
identical city-state 5 miles away from theirs. Screw you, we don't like your kind.
Well,
The boss
yeah.
when you're fighting him. The boss when you get him as a playable character. When you
God
warn your
damn.
country about the dangers of a two-party system, but the citizens and their descendants don't listen. Oh bother, said Pooh, as he chambered another round. Everyone wants to be Poland. Monaco, Indonesia,
Bro.
Singapore, Utrecht, Hesse, Thung... What the hell? Didn't even know these were countries. For Austria, Vienna, Salzburg, Tyrol. Sounds like a drug. Trees are scary. I know. Fellas, if your girl controls the spice trade and hates the Portuguese, then that's not your girl. That's the Dutch. I lied. There is no Disney Plus. Time to discuss Caesar's campaigns in Gaul. Before you read,
Okay,
some
one
atoms
better.
share electrons and become more stable. Describe a situation in which people share something and everyone benefits. Communism. The kid. Who would win? 1500 years of tradition. A single meme post. All hope is lost. The Mongols will soon take the city, so I'm abdicating my throne. Fine, I'll take the throne and rally the city's defenses. I will not be the last emperor of the Jin dynasty. At last, the city is ours and the Jin dynasty dies today. It's been 6 hours, so I just burned down your village.
Sounds
Here's why.
about
You
right.
attacked my country 500 years ago. Probably. There is a slave shortage in Rome. Your women called me short and icky. You are barbaric. I am civilized. Ve victus.
I mean, the second reason is probably the main one.
Russians that Americans afraid of versus Americans that Russians are afraid of. 16 independent states. What if every German state became independent? Say like right now. They don't know I'm full of Greek soldiers. Swedish colonial empire. You know, I'm something of a colonizer myself. He was the real hero.
Not
of
that
World War
bad.
II. Truman. Winston Churchill. Removed. Well, their whole account got banned. I wonder what name they said. 8 France, 8 Burgundy, 8 crossbows, 8 cavalry. Love me England. Love me longbows. Love me knights. Simple as. Big Henry. Tea sinks in water.
What?
Wait for nightfall. Dress as a Mohawk Indian. Dump 46 tons of tea into the Boston Harbor. Canadians. Ugh, Americans are so fat. They eat so many burgers, especially fries. Chef. Puts gravy and cheese curds on fries. Canadians. Random inorganic matter. 3.7 billion years ago. I live. Every time a foreign power
Nice.
tried to invade Russia during the winter, Rasputin didn't die. He just took out Ras from his name. Vlad the Impaler discovers marshmallows. Well, these are great. Nobody. Habsburgs. New energy source. This tiny moon circling Saturn has more oil and gas than Earth. Knock knock. That's the
Nice.
United States. When you are a prince and you hear about your father's death. Undefeated since 1776. Laughs in Canadian. 40,000 plus Japanese seeking refuge in a patch of land near the river as the earthquake rages around them. 300-foot tall fire tornado going right at them. How cigarette companies felt
Huh?
in 1950. In the 1950s, after getting everyone addicted before scientists proved it's cancerous, dangerous. In fact, weren't scientists promoting it? They were like, this is good for your health.
Yes, they were.
1789, 1806. Damn, you really live like this? Napoleon, Holy Roman Empire. Oh boy, this is
Why
so
not?
exciting. Dropping behind enemy lines. I can't wait to stick it to Jerry. Oh geez, Sarge. Looks like Private Wesley didn't make it. Damn, that was his first jump. Tea, China. Swapping out the tea for opium. How would you even defeat this? Hey, idiot, take this grenade.
From the side?
The Western and Eastern Roman Empire died fighting alongside each other. World War I. Equipment, strategy, strength. World War II allies. Intelligence, manpower, industry. Surrender. Gregory. You can't negotiate with the heathens. Fight for the Lord. Frederick. 10 years access to Jerusalem without a single drop of blood. Those Muslims are chill as hell. The Normans were French. We conquered England. Yeah, England belongs to France. The Normans in reality had recent Viking roots, had a seafaring culture, much like their Norse ancestors, and a lot more. Chinese history be like,
Okay, yeah, I'm
Wang
not reading
Dong
that either.
disagreement. 300 million dead, 4 species extinct. And it's like, what? How did I never know about this? Nikola Tesla's
What
life be
species?
like? Burn through savings on a project. Project fail or is stolen. Burn through savings on a project. You can drive 14 hours without leaving Germany. Britain in British history books. Britain in most of the world's history books. Britain in Irish history books. A pragmatic approach to business. No checks? Checks welcome. Soviet officer. Slaps roof of grain silo. We can fit so much grain in this bad boy, but we won't. Any Catholics online? I got some questions. Yeah, I'm Catholic. What's up? How do I reach heaven through violence? It's called a crusade and you need to get permission from the Pope first. There are no more borders in the European Union. However, you will always know where the Netherlands begins. Kaiser Wilhelm II has banned Labubu in all Reichspakt member states. He said, it is not a Prussian value, but a syndicalist degeneracy. Thoughts on this? Political analysis by an expert from a prestigious Western university. Political analysis by a cab driver from a third world country. 3 a.m. in 2014,
Okay.
2018, 2025, 2030. France and French history books. France and African and Asian history books. France and the rest of the world's history books. Me. Wow, it's 2 a.m. Better get some sleep. 5 minutes later. Bologna. The history. I used to think this said Bologna. I did not know Bologna was spelt like this. Women with time traveling. I'm your granddaughter. Oh, really? Men, don't worry, my king. We came to save your empire. You'll need many of these. Thanks, kind strangers. Roman Empire. Holy
Okay.
Roman Empire. When you're chilling inside your bunker and you see some weird-looking boats coming towards you. Napoleon. Napoleoff. I wonder how these backsliding cowards will commemorate me. It's an arson locomotive. All warfare is based. Do you think they asked him to pose like this, or he just did that? Stonk.
Probably just did that.
Concentrated artillery bombardment. No, you can't just be a tree. Descartes explaining why he exists. I think. Kitty history. It's exactly like ours. The least funny gag in film history. Screw you. And yet the immediate follow-up is the funniest gag. Mining, pesticides, RM, radioactive, the deadliest virus in history. Minecraft, history of travel. Pioneers used to ride these baby for miles. Old guy. Can I get a discount? I served in World War II. Yes, sir, of course. Danke. Everyone in the store. Me and bro, after a slight disagreement. When you grow up, people stop asking you what your favorite medieval blunt weapon is. They don't even care. Flail. Iran history be like
Hey,
asking you what your
hang on.
favorite medieval
What are our options? I mean, to be reasonable, it's probably gonna be back to carbon, but water stuff, actually.
medieval blunt weapon is. They don't even care. Flail. Iran history be like, I think it wasn't a good idea to fight against the Roman Empire for 700 years. I think it wasn't a good idea to fight against Abbasid Caliphate for 234 years. What about Russia for 177? Ottoman Empire for 309. I was born in the wrong generation. Claims it has Balkan culture and values. Invents democracy. No one. Medieval Spain. Your village is being raided. Kramer, what's going on in there? Nay requests infantry, Jerry. Never ask a woman her age. A man his salary. Americans, why Oklahoma has such a large Native American population. We were the second largest country. Americans, why Oklahoma
Okay,
has
I'm
such
not
a large
asking about Native
population.
American population, but what's going on with that penis on the left?
We were the second largest country in Europe. Austria-Hungary till 1918. Please don't confuse us with Australia. Austria now. The bubonic plague was kind of awkward. Americans in 1776. We defeated the British Empire. 2020. Players let me eat TGI Fridays. 17-year-olds in 1945, thinking that they won't have to go to war. The same guy, 5 years later in Korea. California hell, constantly on fire, place of sin, high housing costs. 1,000 British troops.
I mean,
regimented
when you
no
put
man's
it like
land.
that.
1 German machine gunner. Anna. I'll name my son Charles. How original. Or Lewis. Daring today, aren't we? Russia, when they sell Alaska for $7.2 million. Making a big boy purchase tomorrow. Thomas Jefferson, the night before the Louisiana Purchase, 1803. White men can't understand what it's like to be under attack. What about D-Day? Learning about the age at which Alexander began his conquest. It's over. I wasted my life. He started at 22. Learning about the age at which Caesar began. 42. We're just getting started. It's just some photos I took earlier today because I'm in Cyprus right now. I'm not sure what that says in translation if anyone knows, but take home a piece of Mexico, the US in 1846. Don't mind if I do. Famous. Imagine Sisyphus happy. Kafka. Imagine there's a queue for the rock and you're behind Sisyphus waiting for your turn. Christians. To justify their actions, French leaders of the crusade claimed they were taking their revenge against Greeks for the fall of their ancient Trojan homeland. What did we ever do to you? This is for Troy. Hearing that his mother was ill, Stalin visited her for the final time on October 17th, 1935. According to an unpublished memoir, they had a short discussion about Stalin's position. Mama, do you remember our Tsar? Well, I'm something like the Tsar. To which she replied, you'd have done better to become a priest.
And then she got executed. Okay, you know what? I feel like... Oh, goddamn. Why is it so hot today? I feel like I have energy left for like one of these, so... High IQ or things that fit perfectly? Now, let's do high IQ.
Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. Me, who ignored homework. Wait,
Hell
the
yeah.
first letter of all these sentences in this book. The author who secretly put a Rick roll on the book. Which organ is the best?
Based?
Skin, heart, brain, spleen. Brain after choosing itself. I'm better.
Okay.
Stressed spelled backwards is desserts. Coincidence? I think not. A man who was
probably
lost in
not.
the woods chopped down some power lines so that workers would have to come and rescue him. Outstanding move.
I
Two of the
mean,
greatest
honestly,
minds of our
yeah.
generation at work.
Good
Guys,
idea.
help me out. What weighs more, a liter of water or a liter of milk? Bro, they both weigh a liter. Oh yeah. Birds started pretending to be injured after seeing a wounded bird being fed. Hand sanitizer. One drop kills 99.9% of germs. Me. Puts 2 drops. The germs. Don't work hard. Work smart. My boss, who asked for a cube. Mum, clean the house.
Okay.
Me, reaching my creativity limits. Teacher, you can't breathe
I mean,
underwater.
that
Me,
works.
Problem solved. If a car's taking up 2 parking spots and you're strong enough to flip it over, flip it over. Yesterday I saw
mean,
a book called
A child probably can flip that particular car over. Come on.
How to Solve 50% of Your Problems. So I bought 2 books. Did you know psychology says that people who use swear words frequently tend to be stronger emotionally and more intelligent? Gordon Ramsay, 12-year-olds on Xbox Live, how parachute companies feel after realizing that it's impossible for them to get bad reviews. Why aren't you at the top of your
Hey, that's a
class,
good
my
business.
class? You win $1 million, but you have to give a quarter to charity. Everyone else with 750,000. Me with 999,99975. The second guy.
Good
Me in
one.
my head. Dude, I'm a genius. How the hell am I so dumb? When you're smart enough to know your answer is wrong, but not smart enough to figure out the right one. Females. My
All the
baby is so
time.
smart. Me. When's your birthday, lil man?
Chicken nugget.
Bro became the syllabus. Hear me out. A food truck that sells chicken sandwiches. I'll park it next to Chick-fil-A, and it will only be open on Sundays. I'll call it Side Chick. 6 genius men fit
Okay.
entire planet into
Good
truck,
idea.
cheating on an exam by memorizing all the content beforehand so I can easily answer the questions. Having AC like this, which is embedded into the car?
That's
no,
like
make
the
it
idea.
yourself. DIY AC. This whale shark
mean,
has learned how to
why
steal
not?
food from fishing nets. What do you mean stealing? That's his food in his home. Say something smart, Kowalski. Coffee is just bean soup. If the Earth rotates 30 times
Well,
faster,
technically.
what will happen? Sir, we will receive our salary daily. When soap cleans 99.99% of germs, so you mix it with another soap to make it 199.98. Science. Soap companies.
I
It's
mean,
too
why
dangerous
not?
to be left alive. Sometimes my genius, it's almost frightening. People are pretty dumb. No, every person is intelligent in their own unique way. People are pretty dumb. I shall grant you 3 wishes, says the genie. Okay, so I want a world without lawyers. Done. You have
That's
no
a good
more
one.
wishes. But you said 3. Sue me.
Worth
ChatGPT, I'm ready for the exam now. Can I go? Wait, before that, I want to test you. When I ask you a question, your answer has to be quick. Okay. What's 2 plus 2? Quick. Fair enough. You're smarter than ChatGPT. How to do the deed without your parents knowing? 1. Do it when your parents are away. Nikola Tesla. Biography of a true genius. Whoever thought of putting a red button in a bar restroom is genius. Also remember the ABC rule of first aid. A. Bone. Coming out through the skin is very bad. Health. Water. You're an idiot if you call it that. H2O. Still an idiot. You're Homer Simpson level. Tasteless soup. Just a person with a small brain. Boneless ice. You're getting there. Bro has 2 million IQ. So as a punishment, the teacher's forcing him to write, I will sit still. And he did it smartly. What is it called when you're smart? But
kinda.
everything you do is stupid. Got matched with the guy in front of me. He didn't realize I could see the board from his side. What difference does it make? We used to tease Leon because he had glasses. Once we took them from him, he started to tease us because now we had glasses. They say the average IT technician cocoons for 6 months. He then emerges with a fully formed shirt and pair of glasses. Nature is beautiful, isn't it? An
Honestly,
esteemed
sounds
colleague
about
told
right.
me he hard boils eggs in the morning, uses them as pocket warmers, and then has them as a little mid-morning snack when he gets to work. Truly the line between genius and madness is very thin. How normal people do a Pokemon
non-existent.
battle. Raikou protected itself. Me, high intelligent, using a gun. Mum, peekaboo, the baby. Well, if it ain't the invisible thing. Blood cells reaching my fang during a presentation. My lost brain cells trying to function during an exam. Remove unnecessary words that you don't need in sentences. Be the smartest person in the room. Me think, why waste time say lot words when few word do trick? When you don't have money for decorations and Halloween, so you... What? This is...
I mean, that would work.
I don't remember downloading this. Wrong. Doesn't matter which way you put it into your PC. It's not USB. It's HDMI, you idiot. Your opinion, dumb and bad. My opinion, smart and good. Santa is real. No, he doesn't exist. Santa's real. I've been teaching for 25 years, and I have never seen a student do this before. It was a multiple choice question, and they made their own answer. If you leave dirty socks out for a couple of days, they become clean again, because the bacteria all dies. No. This is not how it works. What's upstairs? Unfortunately, the stairs don't talk. The murderer, after I explained to him that he can't kill me because I'm in the living room. Teacher, what's 8 times 8? Minecraft players. Due. Tomorrow. Due tomorrow. Do tomorrow. You need to write this down if you're saying due tomorrow. Genius 100. If you don't want your phone to dangle, if your charging lead is not long enough, wrap it around the plug and use the cable as support. Foundation. Step 1, buy a 3D printer. Step 2, print a 3D printer. Step 3, return the 3D printer. What's the meaning
Which
of life?
one?
Philosophers, biologists. What really haunts me is I'm really not smart enough for so many people to be this much stupider than me. What's the word for when you're very smart but can't remember anything and know literally nothing to do one job? Opie had a big brain moment. It's backwards on purpose so people can read it in their rear view. The letters need to be mirrored as well. What the hell has he been studying for 2,000 years? When you solve the mystery in Scooby-Doo before it's revealed, I can shoot lasers out of my head. Hang on, it takes a while. Pew pew! Me and the boys after drinking energy drinks before bed so we can run faster in our nightmare. We're intellectually superior in every way. When you confess to your crush on the 1st of April, so you can say April Fools if she/he rejected you. African, European, Asian. Vegans who make their dogs and cats go vegan. South Africa's government says it will print more money and make everyone rich. Colleges. We really need you to pay $24,000 in tuition. That's the lowest we can go. Me. What if I can throw this ball really far? That's lit. Here's 100% off. Phone out of service? Give us a call. Men of Reddit. How do you stop excess dripping after peeing? I let it hang over the toilet for 15 minutes while I answer weird Reddit questions.
I mean, honestly, that would work.
Speech. Elocution. Silent. When you understand a high-level meme. When you use 200% of your brain. Not all of your life decisions have to be high-level meme. When you use 200% of your brain.
That's... I mean... It would work.
Not all of your life decisions have to be smart. Some can be purely for cinematic value. You talk like a smart, pretentious person. Actually, I just forget simple words constantly, and I'm forced to rummage through my brain for the nearest synonym, which is usually twice as long and needlessly specific for
Shit.
someone. That won't work. Me, after it works. What's the first thing you need to milk a cow? A cow? Sherlock Holmes. At the end of
I would go
Ratatouille, the food
hands.
critic Anton Ego ends up funding a small bistro for Remy to cook in. The average lifespan of a rat, i.e. head chef, is 1.8 years. This is an absolute awful investment. How grandparents see when you go into their
Like, surely you can remember how to make one thing in 1 and something years, no?
mobile phone settings. North Wales shoplifter uses social distancing rules against staff to steal wine from store. I heard of a guy
Nice.
who was fired from a company and had a grudge. So he wrote fake Glassdoor reviews that were unrealistically positive. Overly high salaries, absurd benefits, fancy perks. They had trouble hiring for years because candidates thought they were being lowballed. I think about this quote often. Since light travels faster than sound, people may appear brighter until you hear them speak. Oh wait, it's her in my pocket. Oh god, now he gets a punch. I suppose you think that was terribly clever. Smart fella, fart smeller. Tsunami warning. Get as high as you can. Shaggy, that's a cigarette though. As a kid, Sesame Street taught me the value of education, empathy, and kindness. But Bugs Bunny taught me that revenge on my enemies must be quick, clever, and brutal. Wait,
Indeed.
all historical events were driven by the will to power and not reason? Always has been.
Yeah.
This person is a genius. Minimal work, yet still fully decorated for children. So a man was arrested for creating fake bands with AI, then making $10 million by listening to their songs with bots. Sometimes I treat myself to fine dining. Pringles, is that cheese or oh no, that's pineapple. Okay, I think pineapple goes on pizza. It can do. If it's paired with like a protein like ham. But Pringles, no! He will become a teacher. No, he'll become a doctor. Me. Charles White. Doing the deed toy genius. The military who demanded that the Kirksmen take up arms turned out to be the owner of the funeral businesses. This is dark. When the two smart kids get different
Real though.
answers. Pom Pom says, imposter says where? Where? It's yellow. Dobby was an imposter. Example
Damn.
of a carved cobblestone designed to pool rainwater for stray and wild animals. A common practice in the Ottoman Empire where charity to animals was highly valued.
mean, that
Your
is cool.
score, 85%. You failed past the exam. I failed and I passed. Required score, 85%. The exam. You're a genius, you moron. According to Charles Bukowski, sadness is caused by intelligence. The more you understand certain things, the more you wish you didn't understand them. See, I'm not depressed. I'm a genius. Who is the
Yeah,
imposter?
okay, same.
Jesus has been killed. I think it's Red, because Red is called God Killer. And the dead person is Jesus. Viking 1. What should we call it? Viking 2. Greenland. Eric the Red. Genius. It was a trick. The Viking chief would get the spoils, so he named them backwards, so the Viking chief got Greenland. And as a result, the chief gave Iceland to him. What the hell is... Okay, I gotta recall this, because this literally happened a few days ago, and it's just happened again. Okay, and it's just flown away. Oh, that's insane. Probably because I'm shouting. It hurt me. There was a huge bird on my window. My dad got let go from a huge oil and gas company a year before retirement. He's spending the next year traveling the country and leaving these in every one of the gas station bathrooms he visits.
Is that like... Nah, I don't fucking know. What even is that?
Toilet camera is used for research purposes
Oh.
only. Catch me at your barbecue with this bad boy. Feed
Nice.
25 cents. Not literally 20. You mean... I'm sorry. It's not that easy. Why? Take a plate and throw it on the floor. Done. Apologize to the plate. Done. Is the plate like it was before? Yeah. Don't lie. I'm not lying. The plate was made of plastic. Me, remembering every cringe moment of my life. Me, trying to
All the
remember
time?
something important. I don't like this meme because it's making me remember cringe moments. Meme bin? Hey, we're throwing this in the meme bin and we're not opening it. Thousands of memes have been put in here. To open it would be a crime against humanity. Also, I am talking to a company about getting a plushie made, and it might be what I'm talking about right now. My manager has been secretly interviewing candidates to replace me on the team, so I applied for the job using another email. Tomorrow is the final interview. Only one candidate emerged as the top choice. He still doesn't know the candidate is me. Genius, wow, steps leading into a wall. Maybe there's a secret handle? Steve Jobs' daughter, Eve Jobs. Naming your daughter Eve when your company is called Apple was some genius stuff. A Russian petrol pump offered free fuel to anyone wearing bikinis. But things took an unexpected turn. Them. Your degree won't keep you warm at night. Me. Okay. When you bring the snacks back to your room without making a sound. Stealth. Pro tip.
Hell yeah.
Don't trade on a phone with a curved display, because the stock you're going to buy might look like it's exploding, but really...
Pro tip, don't have a phone with this kind of display. At all.
It's crashed. It's a dump. Tells me I have 1 week to live. Me. Commits a crime. Judge. Sentences me to 15 years. Me. Lifespan up. In France, crews have been trained to collect cigarette butts and deposit them into a machine that dispenses food as a reward, showcasing a creative method for maintaining urban cleanliness. A little something to take the edge off. I don't want a lobotomy.
Honestly, yeah.
Obviously, the designer has never had the misfortune of stepping in dog poop. I've got the haircut. My mum's so bad with technology. She literally tried to search up info about energy drinks and accidentally set our house up as a business. I don't even know how to do that. She's smarter than me. Graduated with a 2.7 GPA and a degree in mathematics, so not only can I not get a job, I can't even get further educated. This is what happens when you turn off the Wi-Fi. What if plants are actually farming us, giving us oxygen until we expire and turn into manure, their food, which they can consume? If not with... Okay,
well, they are not doing a great job.
Many ways you could say this. Is the true way, if not now, then when? We'll have to ask the person with the tattoo. This sheep learned to calculate its strength and play with the kid without hurting him.
So the calculations are on.
Hippos intelligent? Yes, hippos are intelligent. They can recognize friends from enemies by smell and can be trained to perform complex medical procedures.
Excuse you?
I don't want to be medically performed on by a hippo. 5 without 4.
I mean... I can think of only one medical procedure a hippo can do, that's euthanasia.
Iron. Viruses, animals, plants, bacteria, fungi, protists, living organisms. Viruses acting like they're part of the group. Me every morning. Starts off like this, just give it a little tug. Have you ever been so poor that your mom serves you mac and cheese on a tortilla and tells you that it's an organic, biodegradable, edible plate? 2-year-old son shows his dad how to put on a jacket the fastest way. Hey buddy, petting a dog,
bad.
consoling a child. But what are the orange, green and purple ones? You wanna go outside? Shh, shh, shh. Do you want to call your mummy? The designer and commenter. Isolation shrinks your brain. Landmark study reveals isolation can literally shrink your brain. Me.
Okay, I have a problem.
I realized my coffee pot has a straw holder. I still don't know how I got away with a huge hip flask as my prom clutch. Me. Trick or bear? Neighbor. Bear. Me. He has chosen the bear. Distant roar and sounds of clank. In 1140, when an enemy castle was captured by King Conrad III, the women of the castle were allowed free departure and allowed to take what they could carry on their backs. Thinking quickly, the women carried the men on their backs. The king kept his word and let the men live. Chaotic evil, I guess. People who are normally thought to be the smartest in the world. Albert Einstein, Charles Darwin, Isaac Newton, the actual smartest person in the world. The guy that made toilet paper does not turn red. In Poland, this is what they do instead of buying the machines which brings the car up. This is probably a lot cheaper. This was a solid investment.
Kinda, yeah.
I changed a road sign to make my commute easier 13 years ago. On my daily commute, there was a very inconvenient no right turn between 7 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. sign. I had to make the right turn at about 7:20 a.m. every day. For a long time, I would just break the law and make my turn anyway, or go around if I thought there were too many people watching. But maybe out of boredom, I did a bit of research and found the ticket for the illegal turn was more of a buying sign from the supplier that makes signs for our areas and several other locations. So I ordered a new sign that was no right turn between 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. I figured it was a good investment. I went to the trouble of buying it through an alias and having it sent to a location that was not at all near where I was. Real cloak and dagger stuff, but it was part of of the fun. Then, in the middle of the night, I went and removed 2 bolts and put up the new sign. At first, I was expecting it to be removed, or someone look into it. But it's been more than a decade and no one has ever noticed or changed
I mean,
it. Oops, you just
nobody
ended somewhere.
cares.
What's the most creative way to hide the body? I'd start some sort of tree planting organization, based off perhaps money equals trees. I would then scatter the bodies under these trees. Hold on, how many bodies are you thinking of? It said the question was someone. Public focus would be on the trees, and no one would dig up a tree because of the public backlash.
If you're
Over
gonna
the
do
years,
it,
the
might
trees
as
would get
well
bigger,
make
fully
it a
covering the
business.
bodies, hiding them forever, and I would be a hero for planting millions of trees.
That sounds like a great idea, actually. Like, I don't see a single problem with it. Okay, anyways. This was kinda shit. I don't know, man, it's just, the heat is killing me. So I'm go and let it finish, and, yeah. Yeah, man, I'm totally fucking spent. Y'all have a good one. Yeah, bye.